What's up guys, Hitesh here and welcome to my channel. In this comparison video, I'll be comparing the Redmi Note 6 Pro and Realme 2 Pro. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. Let's start with the price and availability first. Redmi Note 6 Pro is all set to launch and to be priced anywhere around 15,000 rupees for 4 gigs of RAM. Whereas Realme 2 Pro, which is Realme's recent flagship launch this month, for the price tag of Rs 13,999 for 4 gigs of RAM, and this is exclusively available on Flipkart. Inside the box of Redmi Note 6 Pro and Realme 2 Pro, you get TPU cover, user guide, standard power adapter, USB 2.0 cable and SIM ejector pin. Redmi Note 6 Pro takes design inspiration from its predecessor. The back has metal body, the caps on top and bottom and the frame are made of plastic. The phone has curved design and it feels solid to hold, and the good thing is having metal body over glass body that attracts less fingerprints and smudges. This is the first phone to feature a notch and it is big and abstracting comparing Dewdrop notch, which is much better. There is 3.5mm audio jack on top, power button and volume rockers on right side. On left, hybrid dual SIM slot, also supports dual 4G volt, and on bottom USB charging slot and loudspeaker. Coming to the Realme 2 Pro, takes design inspiration from Oppo F9. The back has plain glass finish which attracts fingerprints and smudges instantly, but it is beautiful. The frame is solid and it is made of plastic. Unfortunately, the buttons on frame are not so protruding, hence it is hard sometimes to find out the buttons placement. On right side we got only power button, on left volume rockers and SIM slots, and a dedicated memory card slot that lets you to use 2 SIMs and a SD card simultaneously. Also supports dual 4G volt, and on bottom loudspeaker, USB charging slot and 3.5mm audio jack. Most important part of the phone is the display, and let's talk about how these two displays perform compared to each other. Redmi Note 6 Pro has 6.26-inch Full HD Plus IPS display having 403 pixel per inch in a 19:9 ratio panel. This is a quality display as it offers great colors and it is simultaneously bright as well. Presence of unspecified Corning Gorilla Glass is a booster to this phone, and it has curved glass as well. Realme 2 Pro as well has 6.3-inch Full HD Plus IPS display having 409 pixel per inch in a 19.5:9 ratio panel. And Realme 2 Pro has 84% screen to body ratio, and Dewdrop notch is cool and less annoying. The display is bright and has good legibility in direct sunlight and remains perfectly usable in indoor and outdoor. So both the phones win in display department. Redmi Note 6 Pro has 4 cameras, and this is the first time in a Mi smartphone. The rear dual camera setup has primary 12MP f1.9 aperture and secondary 5MP f2.0 camera and dual LED flash in between. Whereas Realme 2 Pro as well has dual rear camera setup but with much better 16MP f1.7 aperture and secondary 2MP camera for depth effect. Beside these cameras, there is a LED flash. Camera interface in Redmi Note 6 Pro gives access to advanced settings where you can enable, disable options based on your preference, but Realme 2 Pro doesn't have settings option to tweak these things. Redmi Note 6 Pro did amazing job in detecting the object by utilizing AI and dual pixel technologies. The pictures turn out to be sharp, close to accurate colors, and HDR does its job well. Realme 2 Pro as well does good job. The pictures are sharp, excellent contrast and accurate colors, but optimization wise Redmi Note 6 Pro managed to win in this battle. But Realme 2 Pro did good job in low light conditions. With its f1.7 aperture camera, you can get best low light images without much noise. Here's the video comparison. Both the phones support stabilization and videos came out well with close to accurate colors, but Redmi Note 6 Pro colors are more dynamic. Great thing about Realme 2 Pro can able to shoot in 4K, but Redmi Note 6 Pro is restricted to just 1080p. Recording in 4K disables stabilization support, unfortunately. Also, the 2x zoom in Realme 2 Pro is very handy sometimes to zoom into the object. Redmi Note 6 Pro comes with not just one selfie camera but with two 20MP and 2MP cameras with AI enabled technology compared to just one 16MP camera on Realme 2 Pro. Again, Redmi Note 6 Pro did amazing job in blurring the background by focusing on the object and offering pictures with more accurate colors. Redmi Note 6 Pro wins in camera department as well. Redmi Note 6 Pro sports last year's Snapdragon 636 chipset. It is unacceptable how Xiaomi is still sticking to Snapdragon 636. Realme 2 Pro on the other side comes with Snapdragon 660 chipset, comparatively much better than Snapdragon 636. Talking further, both has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, and out of the box you will still get around 50GB of internal storage. In the Antutu benchmark test, Realme 2 Pro wins the battle as expected due to the superior chipset. So the Realme 2 Pro wins in hardware department. Redmi Note 6 Pro runs on Android Oreo 8.1 with MIUI 9 skin on top, and we may expect MIUI 10 update hitting in a month or two. Out of the box, you would still get around 2.4GB of RAM left, which is sufficient for multitasking and to perform smoothly. Xiaomi optimized the skin well and they made sure performance and experience should be butter smooth even during the split screen use. Realme 2 Pro as well runs on Android Oreo 8.1 with ColorOS 5 skin on top. I personally don't like this skin as it seems like lacking experience compared to the MIUI experience. But the ColorOS skin is light and fast, and I haven't come across any lags during the operation or during the split screen. Both the phones fingerprint scanner on right side of the phone, and it is easily reachable and works instantly. The face unlock feature, which functions through camera, is handy and works mostly except in low light conditions. Comparatively, Realme 2 Pro's face unlock feature is super fast compared to Redmi Note 6 Pro for some reason. As you can see, though Redmi Note 6 Pro has huge 20 megapixel selfie camera. So Realme 2 Pro wins in this department. Redmi Note 6 Pro has 4000 mAh non-removable battery under this just 8.2mm body, which can last long for a couple of days on moderate usage. On the other side, Realme 2 Pro has 3500 mAh non-removable battery under this bulky looking 8.5mm body. Personally, this 3500 mAh battery is still good enough to travel day 2. Based on usage, I have found Realme 2 Pro has good standby performance. Both Redmi Note 6 Pro and Realme 2 Pro took around 100 minutes to full charge, hence proved the default chargers provided in the box are not capable of fast charging, though the chipset is capable of. Redmi Note 6 Pro wins slightly in battery department. One last comparison. The loudspeaker of Redmi Note 6 Pro is slightly louder compared to Realme 2 Pro, but when it comes to the performance of audio tuning and vocals are almost same and does moderate job in these two devices. So the Redmi Note 6 Pro is slightly better in display, software, camera and battery departments. Realme 2 Pro has slightly better looking design, better screen to body ratio, powerful hardware and swifter face unlock feature. I would still go with Redmi Note 6 Pro, compromising better chipset for the reason of software, battery and for the fact of 4 cameras. But if Redmi Note 6 Pro is priced around 16,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM, then Realme 2 Pro has better chance of winning this battle. If you think I deserve a credit for making this video, then hit the subscribe button to become a part of this rapidly growing community. As you know, this is Satish. Have a nice day and stay awesome.